District maps in New York has been a messy process. The Independent Redistricting Commission giving it a second go after a judge ruled that the process did not follow proper protocol. Our Capitol correspondent Mel Taligi has a look at what happens next.
This goes back to 2014 when New Yorkers voted in favor of a constitutional amendment to task the Independent Redistricting Committee to draw new Assembly, Senate, and congressional lines. This is done every 10 years.
So courts struck down the assembly maps for the same reason that they struck down the congressional and Senate maps, in that the proper procedure wasn't followed for drawing the maps. The commission ended up deadlocking and not passing maps, and the legislature stepped in and passed its own map.
Now the commission, which is made up of 10 elected members, is reconvening to submit a new set of maps by December 2nd, with 12 public hearings to follow. The judge ruled that the assembly map submitted by the legislature could only be used one time, which was this past election. Elaine Frazier is on the commission. She says they take the work they do seriously and encourage the public to voice their opinion.
And so we are doing these maps again, and we are expecting the public to come out and say what they want to say and be heard. And we will take those comments back and reflect and incorporate where we can, and we will submit on a deadline, a fierce deadline.
Jeff Weiss, senior fellow for New York Census and Redistricting Institute, says the way the maps are drawn can seriously impact the future of New Yorkers.
The current map, the one that was used last week, was a bipartisan plan. Republicans supported it, and based on the lines that the Democrats who control the assembly drew, the Republicans picked up about a half dozen districts that were enjoined for them ideally to win. Incumbent Democrats were knocked out, so we have a different makeup in the assembly now.
Weiss says a serious effort needs to be considered to reform the way those lines are drawn.
I think New Yorkers should know that the process that they approved in 2014 was basically one that was designed to fail, for a process that had so many bells and whistles and twists and turns and impracticalities that it was no surprise that the process didn't get where it was supposed to be.
The final proposal for those maps is due in April. Reporting in Albany, Mel Taligi.